Okay, let's unpack this choice you're facing. openSUSE. You've got 15.6, the established one, or the brand new 16. Our mission really is to pull out the key differences from what we've read, so you can figure out, stability or future-proofing. Which way do you lean?
Yeah, and it's interesting how the sources frame it right away. It's not just versions, it's like different philosophies all.
Philosophies? How
They
so?
use this analogy, which I think is pretty good. 15.6 is like that old, reliable neighborhood, comfortable, familiar.
I can't get that.
And 16, that's the brand new flashy one, shiny, modern, maybe a bit untested in some ways.
Right. So the challenge for you listening is, do you stick with what's absolutely proven rock-solid stability from years of refinement? Or do you jump onto the cutting edge, get the latest tech, but maybe deal with, well, the complexities that come with being new?
Exactly. And if we look at 15.6, that reliability isn't just like a feeling. It's built in. It's the very last of the 15 series. That means everything in at the kernel, the core libraries, it's about as mature as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Think a really well-patched, understood kernel, maybe 5.1, 5.15-ish,
Mm-hmm.
fewer surprises, predictable.
Predictable performance. And that's exactly why the sources call it the proven workhorse, isn't it? That deep stability. Plus, it's great for hardware compatibility, right? Like you can throw 15.6 on an older machine, maybe 5 years old.
Oh, absolutely. It's very forgiving.
And because it supports the older stuff, the
Yeah.
legacy systems, the traditional X11 graphics, it often just works out of the box.
Hmm.
It's kind of the definition of plug and play if you really want to avoid headaches with setup and configuration. Zero fuss.
Right, exactly. And that simplicity, that just works aspect, well, that's sort of what Leap 16 trades away, partly because they're pushing everyone towards a newer foundation.
Yeah.
For long-term reasons. So Leap 16, it's built on a much newer SUSE enterprise base. That's a big jump.
Okay, a newer base. What does that mean in practice?
It means you're getting into the newer 6.x kernel series, and that brings a massive update in core features, performance boosts.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely faster.
Faster, okay. But the sources mention things like a new display setup and a new security system. Let's not be vague. What's that actually mean for someone moving to 16?
Good point. So the display setup, it fundamentally leads towards Wayland now. X11 is still there, yeah, but the default, the main focus, the tools, they're optimized for Wayland.
Right, Wayland focus.
Mm.
And the security.
That's more about stricter ARPANER profiles being standard from the start,
Yeah.
which is good, tighter security, better containment.
There's always a but.
But you might find yourself needing to manually tweak those security settings, create exceptions for some applications, especially less common ones. That worked fine before.
Okay, so we're swapping that immediate broad compatibility of 15.6 for a more modern, maybe more secure, future-proof foundation in 16. But I remember reading that the actual move, the migration from 15.6 to 16, can be tricky because the underlying changes are pretty deep.
Yeah, that's a key point the sources highlight. It often comes down to drivers and configuration files.
How so?
Well, with the new kernel series, the Wayland focus, users migrating sometimes find that proprietary drivers, like for graphics cards, that were perfectly fine on 15.6, they need reconfiguring, maybe even manual compiling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, some examples showed people, spending a good chunk of time just wrestling with getting their graphics working right, or maybe networking devices acting up.
Because the standard software repositories haven't quite caught up with everything needed for that brand new 6.x kernel base yet?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Things are still stabilizing around that new core.
Okay. So it really sounds like 15.6 is the winner. If your main currency is your time right now, you want it to work without fuss.
Pretty much.
Whereas 16 is more of an investment. You put in maybe a bit more effort up front, deal with some potential fiddling,
Some adjustments perhaps.
but you get longer-term support and the benefits of the newer technology down the line.
That nails it, I think. The bottom line really boils down to this. Is maximum stability today, like zero driver hunting, no tweaking config files, more important to you? Or does the future-proofing, the longer support window you get with the modern tech in 16, outweigh that immediate convenience? The stability of 15.6 is solid, but finite. The complexity of 16 buys you a longer lifespan.
That really crystallizes the decision. It's a clear trade-off between immediate ease and long-term potential. This has been a really useful deep dive into that cost benefit.
Definitely. And as you're thinking about which way to go, here's maybe a final thought to chew on. When you're adopting a new system like this, how much weight do you give to getting that updated security baseline, the newer kernel, from day one, versus the sheer convenience of having everything on your existing hardware just work?
Right.
without spending potentially hours or even days on setup. Where does your own tolerance for that kind of initial complexity really sit? Something to consider.
That's a great point to end on. Really helps frame the personal aspect of the choice. Okay, thanks for joining us for this step dive.